Have you ever taken a look at something that you have done and thought it was ready to go, and all of a sudden it's like, oh no, and it's 0 hour? Oh, yeah, this is what we're feeling today. Now, let's talk about this, because this is going to be difficult. It's not difficult. It is difficult because none of our plans are going to go right. Nothing really is going to happen that was supposed to happen, yet we're still here. Now, let's get this cleared up. Welcome to daily-astrocat.com, your home of confusion. But we bring some astrological insight and reasoning into it, why it's confusing, why it might possibly be that way. And we do it with chimes and a bell and a purr. And of course, we actually do follow it up with something else, like another bell to call us to mindfulness. Today, what we're mindful of is we're mindful that it's been very changeable, right? The moon is square, both Mars and Pluto. Very interesting, right? That makes it almost like a grand cross pattern, right? Semi. It's a T-square is what it's called when she's like that. Now, it depends on what time she's actually doing it, whether there's actually a T-square there. We know that Mars is moving in towards opposition to Pluto, so that's exactly why this is happening. We've got our moon in Libra, and she's going to be exiting void of course at 6:01 in the morning. That explains a lot, right? And she's going to enter Scorpio at 9:54 also in the morning. Now, early morning, all day long, it doesn't really matter, right? We're just caught here at the odds. That moon where she's at in Libra has that inconjunct point, that quincunx, right? Those pesky quincunxes. Somebody said, they're not so pesky. All right, so it's fine, right? They are. There's something that's bothering us. We can't really see what it is. We don't really sense what it is that's there about that energy that's not working, right? That the moon in Libra, it's just not, we've got the moon in Libra with Neptune and Aries. We want to create, we want to go, we want to just push stuff out there, right? And it's like, no, not so fast. You don't know quite exactly what it is that you're trying to say. In my case, that was very much the point. All right. And we also have the moon. And she's going to be in that same position, with everything, right? So think about that. Quincunx, the quincunxes, right? So looking down at my book, trying to go, ooh, what do we got here? Anyway, let's talk about this, because that moon is at odds with both rulers of the sign she's about to enter. That's right. She is square with Mars and she's square with Pluto. This makes for a very interesting dynamic, right? This isn't about where the planets are, but where they are about to enter. All right? But where they aren't, right? This is not about where the planets are, but where they aren't. The challenges, now think about this. This really led me down a rabbit hole because I'm thinking about all of these things. Challenges and events that have been undertaken over the past few days, look, they've got no immediate answer. It seems frustrating. It's going to seem frustrating as our plans need to change. They're thwarted or they're just outright canceled. Sunday's almost over, right? Haven't even gotten this up yet. There we are. There's point, right? There's 1 point for me. The answers are out there where you would least expect them. And today's answer is points. The color is a sensible rosé blush, okay? Like a rose blush, just a light pink color, very, very nice and soft. The sun in Aries has nothing to blush about, however. The planets on the Pisces end of the charts are grabbing our attention. Oh, yes, they're shaking us, right? Oh, Saturn, Uranus, Mars, yes, pay attention to us. Look, understanding now that we're going to be able to combine detailed numbers, a refined demeanor, and that kind of stuff, and we have to be in it to win it. Yeah, that's all the stuff we have to put together, right? There's no participation trophies for today. Just get it done, right? Put your stuff together. Get the eggs in the basket. Go through the numbers. Go through whatever you have to, and do it with charm, grace, and style. Mm-hmm. Now, you're digging deep because that's that Scorpio influence, right? You're going deep. You're going into the mysteries of it. That's going to be interesting, too. Now, this is like a misdirection pass or play, right? It's like the planets in Pisces at the end of the charts. It's like, hey, this is what we're doing, right? We're over here, right? Yet, what's going to transpire is going to be happening in the future. It's like you look over there, but the past goes over there, right? That's what it's like. The past. Very interesting. It's a very interesting way to see these things because it's not what's here, it's what's out there. If you look at your own chart, you would notice, and we'll go into this just a little bit, if you don't have planets in something, in a certain sector or area of your natal chart, still doesn't mean that you don't have an influence there. You still have a house system that's around there, and that house will fall into that sign, even though there's no planets in there. And that still has some bearing on your chart as to how you perceive that area of your life. Now, planets in there tend to help it a little bit. They can skew it. They can mess it up. I bet you could make an argument that if you have planets in there, it scrambles it, right? You may very well say that. Just saying. Now that we know that, let's talk about that. Look, I used a great word in that too, because it's like, what's going to transpire is going to be happening when some of those planets are in those seemingly forlorn points of our daily chart right now, the transit charts, right? Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Now, the tech you love can also frustrate. Trust me, it is for the better. Our event for today is in 1965, the 7th Grammy Awards. 7. Wow, right? The Girl from Ipanema actually won, and so did the Beatles. So that song was The Girl from Ipanema. I think it was a Stan Getz version, the jazzy version of it, not the original It was written in 1962. This is in 1965. So very interesting. And our birth, he's born in 1923. It's one Don Adams. He's that American comedian, the guy from Get Smart, who's also Tennessee Tuxedo. Very distinctive voice, right? Sorry about that, Chief. Yes, exactly. If you're of a certain age, you knew it and you used that all the time. He's born in New York City and he died in 2005, and that's all we have for you. The color is that sensible rose blush or rosé blush. Rosé, I think I was thinking wine when I did that. I just didn't have the little boop, 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 the accent mark on the E. And the key word is points. That's all I have for you. Today is a 4. Yep. Happy astrocatting.